What they are is what Gibran said they were. Life longing for itself. They are gifts to us. Now granted, some came in very unique packaging, but every kid is a gift, and we got to treat them as a gift. We have to encourage this next generation to become all they can become, not what we want to become. That's so narrow-minded. You and I can't even begin to dream the dreams this next generation is going to dream, or answer the questions that will be put to them. You want them to make wise choices? Then every day, give them the opportunity in your classrooms to make lots of choices, including some dumb ones. And unless those dumb ones are life-threatening or morally threatening, in which case you have to intervene, but if they're not that, as painful as it is, allow them to experience the real-world consequences for their own irresponsibility. Don't be out in front to rescue or over to punish, but as they're falling down, to stand behind them and to guide them with the 6 critical life messages. I believe in you, I trust in you, I know you can handle this, you are listened to, you are cared for, and you are very important to me. And if you're going to give kids those 6 critical life messages, I have an assignment for each one of you. I'd like you to go home this evening and think about it. How often do I give myself those 6 critical life messages? I'd like each one of you to take 1/2 hour out of your day and give it to the only person that's going to spend the rest of your life with you, and that's you. Hey, spouses can come and go. Kids can come and go. Whole communities can come and go. You're honestly the only person you can absolutely count on being there when you need you the most. So I want you to take that 1/2 hour and do something that says, I like me. And I know some of you are sitting there saying, woman, you don't understand. We're talking laundry piled this high, dishes piled this high, reports piled this high, and you want me to give myself a 1/2 hour? You bet I do. Because let me tell you something. You don't give yourself a 1/2 hour, I promise you, nobody else is going to give it to you. You've got to believe first that you're worth it before you can ever impress on kids that they're worth it. So take that 1/2 hour, run, pray, read a good book, sit, take a long shower, don't eat a hunk of chocolate cake, you'll regret it, but do something that says, I like me. And when you've done that, what you'll find is not that you're the perfect teacher, not that you have the best behaved kids or the kids with the highest test scores in the district. You give yourself a 1/2 hour. I promise you, you're going to have something greater. You're going to have the energy every day to know 3 things. I like myself. I can think for myself. And even in education today, there is no problem so great it can't be solved. And I believe you will find yourself winning at teaching, not beating kids, not controlling them, not making them mind. But you'll be winning at teaching by allowing and encouraging this next generation to become all that they can become, which is responsible, caring, loving individuals who know how to think, not just what to think. You're worth it, and so are they. And if that's not enough reason to take the time to develop a strong backbone in your classrooms, I'd like to leave you with this last reason. It's called old age. You and I are hopefully going to get the opportunity to grow older. And the generation we are now investing our time, our energy, and I believe in parenting and in teaching our lives. If we can raise this next generation to believe they can love themselves, and in being able to love themselves can then extend themselves in a loving way to others. If we can teach them that they can think for themselves, and in being able to think for themselves would never allow others like governments or drug dealers or friends to manipulate them, nor would they choose to manipulate others for their own gain. If we can teach them they don't have to be good-looking, bright, thin, and young, that's silly medium of exchange in our culture, but that because they are, they have dignity and worth. If we can teach them every day not to be so dog-eat-dog competitive, but to be truly competent, cooperative, decisive human beings who, if they need to, want to, have to, or forced to compete, will do it with a moral sense. If we can teach them every day to solve their own academic and social problems, then I believe we will have taught them that in this world there is no problem so great it can't be solved. And the real payoff comes when you and I are in that old folks' home. And this next generation starts making decisions for us, and they start making decisions for the new generation they will create. We can trust then that the time and the energy we spent in this profession was worth it, because thanks to our time and energy, this next generation is going to be capable of responsible, caring, loving decisions. You're worth it, they're worth it. Go home and give a kid a hug, and thank you for your evening. Thank you. Thank you.